Hello, my name is Tasneem, and this is going to be a short and sweet, beginner-friendly stress and tension release for the neck and the shoulders. If you're new to the practice of yoga, welcome. If you're not new and you've taken a few or many classes, welcome also. Firstly, before we begin, please make sure that it's okay for you to continue. Maybe you need to check in with a health professional, and if it is okay for you to continue, listen to your body throughout the practice. If you feel any pain or discomfort, please gently come out of the position, and when it's safe and comfortable for you to rejoin, you're more than welcome to. For this practice, you may need a few things to help you relax and release further: a thin blanket to sit on, and two props like two yoga blocks or two pillows or cushions to place underneath the knees. So the thin blanket is folded as much or as little as you need to lift the hips up slightly. So went ahead and sat on that, and I'm gonna sit up out of my lower back and lift the crown of the head up to keep my spine erect and aligned. And if I need to, I place each block or each pillow underneath my hips, underneath my thighs or knees, at a height, at a level that takes some stretch out of my inner and outer thighs. You can go ahead and get comfortable, and when you're ready, sit in a seated position with one leg crossed in front of the other, and placing the hands either on the knees or the thighs, palms up or down, and I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Start by taking a few long, slow, and deep breaths in and out through the nostrils. Bringing the mind's attention on the breath to bring us into presence. Inhaling to lift up through the crown of our head. Exhaling to feel the tension in the neck and the shoulders and anywhere else in the body just melt away a little more with every exhale. Cycle through one more round of breathing, long and slow and deep, in and out through the nostrils. And then slowly peel the eyes open. If at any point you need to remove the props from underneath or beside you, then please go ahead and do so, and just place them to the sides in case you need them again. We're taking the arms alongside the body and inhaling and circling the arms up overhead. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to float the hands back down. And we're going to do this at least 3 more times. Inhaling, extending the elbows. Exhaling, lowering the hands. Reach the fingertips and lengthen up. Exhaling to bring the hands back alongside the body. We're going to cycle through one more inhale and stay up at the top. And as we exhale, palms face forwards and drop the chest and lower the head down towards the floor. Maybe you walk the hands further forwards until you get to a point where the back of your hips starts to lift up, and maybe stop there. Then lower the chest and lower the head down. As you inhale, breathe into the back of the body, and maybe walk the fingertips a little further forward as you exhale and send the hips and the lower back down back behind you to ground your sitting bones. Breathing in to the length of the back. Exhaling to relax the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, eyes and chest lift up, and walk the hands over to the right side of the body. When you start to feel a sensation creep into the left side of the torso, you can drop the hands and drop the head. As you inhale, breathe into the left side of the torso. Visualize the breath moving from the middle of the torso out through the tips of the fingers. Back through the hips behind you. Allow the head and neck to be loose and heavy. Inhale to lift the head and the chest, walking the hands first to center and then over to the other side. When that sensation creeps into the right side of the torso, lower the hands, melt the head down, and relax. This time you're breathing into the right side of the torso, feeling the breath moving through the left side body, the right side body, out through the tops of the fingers, back through the hips behind you. Maybe you inch the right hand just a little bit further forward as you sit the hip bone back, down. Inhaling to lift the head, lift the chest, walk the hands back to center, walk the hands back underneath the body, and sit back up. Swap your legs so that your crisscross goes the other way this time. And then take both arms alongside the body. Inhale to lift the left hand up. Exhale to reach the left hand over to the opposite side. Maybe you walk the grounded hand out further away from the body. Maybe you come down on the shoulder, or even place your block or pillow underneath you. To help feel the stretch on the left side of the torso. Breathing into the left side body as you ground the left knee and hip down towards the floor. Inhaling, reaching those left fingertips out to the side. Exhaling to relax the top shoulder and elbow a little back behind you. If you're down on your elbow, forearm come up. Remove the block or the pillow and come back to center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, this time drop the left hand down, maybe come down onto the forearm or hand immediately, walking the fingertips out towards the sides. As you reach the top arm to the side of you, again, rooting down in that right hip this time. Sending the right knee down towards the ground as you reach the top fingertips out towards the sides. Inhaling into the right body, relaxing the top shoulder and elbow back behind you. And on your next inhale, come up onto your hand. If you're down on your forearm, lift the left arm up, reach towards the sky, and drop both hands alongside your body. Reaching up through the crown of your head, we're going to drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. And with your right arm, grab hold of your left shoulder and gently place it down, adding some traction between hand and shoulder, keeping the shoulder moving down. You feel a sensation on the left side of the neck. Breathing in to that left side, exhaling to take the shoulders back behind you and just to relax a little deeper into the position. On your next inhale, lift the crown of the head up and drop the right hand down to the side. Again, reaching up and then dropping the left ear down to the left shoulder as you reach across the body, and placing traction between hand and shoulder, drawing the shoulder down. Breathe into the right side of the neck this time. Drawing the ear down to the shoulder. Inhaling to relax a little deeper into the posture. And inhale to come up. Bring both hands either to the thighs, the knees, or to the sides of the body, and gently bring some movement into the shoulders, starting with small shoulder circles. Taking the shoulders forwards, up, back, down. Maybe the shoulders get bigger. And then coming back down, dropping to center as you make small shoulder circles first in the opposite direction. This time the shoulders move back, move up, move forwards before they move down. And if you need to, hug the shoulders towards the ears and then relax. Do whatever feels comfortable, feels accessible for you. One more shoulder roll, and then come back to center. And if you're sitting on anything underneath you, just tilt to the side and remove that blanket or that cushioning out in front, and then come onto your hands and your knees. So take the hands out in front of you and stack the hands underneath the shoulders. Hands spread, fingertips are wide, and the hands are about shoulder width or slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Stacking the knees underneath the hips, and again, your knees are about hip width or slightly wider than hip width apart. Whatever feels good for you in your body. If you need to take a moment to find that position, there's no rush. Pressing the hands into the mat and tucking or untucking the toes back behind you. Eyes gazing slightly in front of the fingers and drawing the navel slightly into the spine. Take a deep inhale here and slowly start to lift the tailbone up and back behind you and push the navel down into the mat as you roll the eyes up to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Exhale, stay here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Pushing your hands into the mat and pushing yourself up out of your hands. Inhale once more. Maybe the eyes gaze further up or back behind you. As you exhale, slowly bring an arch into your back and draw your chin down towards your chest. Lift up through your scapula and your middle back. Curl the tailbone under. Keep pressing your hands into the floor. Push yourself away from the ground. Exhaling to stay here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, slowly tuck the tailbone up. Lift it up, back behind you. Eyes roll up once more. When you're ready to take an exhale, relax here. One more inhale. Exhaling, drawing chin to chest, tucking the tailbone down. Pushing yourself up away from the ground, lifting up through your middle back. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, come to a flat back. Untuck the toes behind you and bring the hips down onto the heels. Hands resting on the thighs. And if this position is uncomfortable for you, then please go ahead and find a comfortable seat. If not, sit back on the heels. Maybe the toes and the knees are touching. Maybe you need some space between the heels and the toes. Bringing the hands onto the thighs, or if you're in a seated position, anywhere that's comfortable for you. Now I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Bringing the awareness of the mind and the breath. This time, not controlling or lengthening or changing the breath in any way, but just allowing the breath to come back to a natural rhythm. Allowing the body to settle for the heat to dissipate from the shoulders and the hands. Take one more deep inhale here. Open the mouth, drop the jaw, and sigh. And slowly peel the eyes open. So, if you want to go ahead and take a rest on your back or do any other movements or postures that you feel like doing, please go ahead and do so. But that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for this practice, and I hope it serves you well, and I hope you feel a bit looser in your shoulders and your neck. Join me for the same practice again tomorrow, or some other practice that I hope to release next. Thank you very much for practicing with me and sharing your time and your presence. Namaste.